isn't there. And in exchange for that, we're given more stupid.
Is Shahadi the best part of this movie?
Is Shahadi the best part of this movie? I mean, like, she's the most appropriately cast. She's the actor who I like the most in the movie. There's nothing wrong with casting her. It's a good decision. Like, it's the one casting decision where I can say, that's a good decision and that makes sense logically. Every other casting decision is terrible. This is where the monkey is headed. Count it out. It's so bad. This child is getting wildly out of wing. Where do you, like, are you looking for them? Like, why didn't... Where do you think they went? Like, you can't just follow them like a normal... You're looking for them? Like, it makes sense in this universe how he can lose them. It makes sense in this non-literal music video. Right? It does not make sense here. It's just follow them. Jon. It's so difficult. It's so difficult to just understand the basic ideas of what's happening here. They're just like running around for no reason, but like intent-wise, it's supposed to be Zazu's trying to find them. That's like the intent here. But it's really difficult to like interpret that, despite how basic these ideas are. It's just so poorly communicated. Like, yeah, like we get it from that line, I guess. The mixing is so fucking bad. You know, like, I made an album by myself, and although the mixing wasn't like great, it wasn't like it wasn't like what you would find in like a studio production, because I, you know, basically made the whole thing. It's still better than they did in this movie. It's still better than this $260 million movie. Like, and I'm not saying that to compliment myself. I'm saying that as an insult to the film. It's like the mixing is the exact opposite of the way it should be. The voice is too loud in the song where the singer shouldn't be the focus, and then the voice is too quiet in the song where the singer should be the focus.
What are you drinking?
This is a Negroni, but I modified it. Instead of gin, I am using a very smoky mezcal. I like my mezcal smoky, so I got the smokiest one I could find. And it is delicious.
Negroni sounds racist.
Negroni sounds racist? Well, you should learn the Spanish word for black.
I hope they serve those in the next Hot Tub Cinema event.
Yeah, there was like you know, it's really, really funny. There was like an email thing and like a big article for it. I don't think this actually happened. There was like an advertisement for like a movie thing in Vancouver, and it was another traveling thing, and it was like, we're gonna have like a big screen on a beach, and we'll be playing whatever movie, and it'll be like a cool social distancing thing where every person gets their own little like pod. Like it's like everybody gets their own boat basically, but it's like a circular, it's like a tube. It's like a floating tube, and there's like 4 people in one tube. I don't think that ever happened. I signed up for the email list and it never happened. But I was hoping for a Hot Tub Cinema Club Part 2, honestly, because it seemed like it would be going in that direction. Yeah, exactly. Although I'm not sure I would want to risk having that big of a fuck up during COVID. That might be higher risk versus reward, you know?
Whatever happened to the leakage damage from Hot Tub Cinema?
Well, they left the country, and then that building was like for lease for like 6 months, and then it turned into the Conservative Party headquarters for Vancouver, and they like tore out the roof. Yeah. Literally. Isn't that funny? They had to like tear out the roof of the bottom level, right? America's Norse tradition. America's Norse tradition. Way versus way. It's very different. Way. Like, how do you do that? It's so weird. Nobody like, there's so many people that work on it, and nobody noticed it was the wrong note. Pharrell Williams was in charge of this. He's not good. It's just so... Everything, like, every moment of this film, like, every shot, it's like... Okay. He's singing. We don't have... There's, like... Think about it this way. There's 3 cuts here very quickly. He's singing. We don't have to play the song as he's saying these lines. 2. They're just words. 3, right? There's 3 cuts here very quickly. Why would they make these cuts? Let's get into the mind of the director. He's singing. We don't have to play the song as he's saying these lines. They're just words. It's not, right? So, like, these are all intentional. They made this in a fucking computer. Every single one of these cuts is, like, a purposeful choice that the filmmakers made. And so you look at this and it's just like, okay, why is each one of these cuts there? Right? So first you see them, it's like, oh, we're just running with the flamingos. This cut here, they thought it was super fucking genius to have a perspective shot from Simba where these flamingos are running out of the way, and then all of a sudden Zazu is on this little branch here, and it's like there was a cat and mouse game, right? It's like they're running away from Zazu, but apparently Zazu shows up there before them, and it's supposed to be this gag. It's supposed to be this like, oh, he appeared right in front of the characters that are trying to run away from him. But it's so poorly communicated that you can't even understand that unless you're watching me right now just going through this frame by frame. Like, this is not communicated properly at all. Like, nobody understands that part of that without me explaining it right now, right? And then you have this shot, which is literally just like, oh, here's the reaction, and then he changes his mind and decides to keep going anyway, right? And then he pounces, right? Each one of these shots is like a conscious decision from the director. And it has to be. It can't, it's literally impossible for it to be filmed like spontaneously or in any sort of like serendipitous way. That's not how any of this shit works. This is made in a fucking computer, right? And so, like, every single one of these shots, like, they're all so fucking lifeless, and yet they were all planned out and coordinated and storyboarded and thought out. Like, there was like thought that went behind this. Isn't that insane? Isn't that absolutely fucking insane that they planned this out? Like, each one of these shots, they thought, this is the best way to communicate what we want to do here. That's what they did. Isn't that fucking nuts? So, like, yeah, they run through, like, this, like, I would never know without just slowing this down and going through this frame by frame that there was supposed to be a gag of, like, they're trying to run away from Zazu, but Zazu shows up ahead of them in front of the flamingos. Like, that would just be completely fucking lost. It's just a boring mess. It's just a boring mess. It's so stupid. It's so poorly communicated. It's so dumb. I can't, like, I'm not even gonna put this in the review. This is just for the highlights channel. Because I can't possibly fit everything. I can't possibly fit everything I want to say. The longer I stare into the abyss, the longer the abyss stares back at me. It's impossible. We haven't even gotten to beyond. We haven't even gotten past the first real musical number. We haven't even gotten to, like, the initial incident. This is so sad. This is torture. He just decides. We're like at the hour 20-minute mark, though. I'm making progress. He just decides. Dare I use this exact same clip of John Oliver again? I could. He just looks so like. He looks so fucking soy, you know, man. You know when someone looks just like a soy boy? Guess John Oliver. He looks like a fucking soy boy here. He looks like he eats soy. Right? And if that's not the if you he looks like he consumes soy. It's not singing, it's just words. And if that's not the case, then I guess John Oliver has approximately 0 sense of rhythm. If you I eat soy, by the way. I love soy products. I love soybeans. I love tofu. But at least I'm like, you know, at least I'm honest about the fact that I suck dick, but he's not, so. It's so obvious to like what? To me, anyway. It's like, it's irritating. It's so irritating. This was $260 million. And they can't get the notes right. They can't sing the notes in the right key. And I don't even think it was J.D. McCrary's fault. I think it was the person that corrected it with the pitch. I think it was the audio engineer that did this. It might have been Pharrell Williams. You can hear it. You can hear it so clearly when you just like listen to that one part over and over. It's so bad. What's funny is like if the original song didn't exist, then it wouldn't be so easy to trick people into thinking what they heard was correct. If people didn't have the original song in their head, then this might actually be more grating on a first listen to people. But I think that, you know, because music has this sort of sense of like expectations, you know, like you have the easiest way to get your music popular is to have something very repetitive, because if you have something very repetitive, then when you have one listen of the song, then people have that sense of expectation of where the chorus is going to go. And so they can basically sing along with it even if they've only heard the song once, because it's so repetitive that by the end of the song, they can sing along with it. That's how music works. From a, you know, economic perspective, I guess. So if this song didn't exist, the original, then people might not. People might actually notice that this note here is weird. Can we talk about how fucking awesome this shot is, by the way? This one right here. Like, that's a fucking awesome shot. Starting from, like, the background and coming up to the foreground. Like, the expression on Simba's face is, like, perfect. You can tell he's singing, you can tell he's happy, you can tell he's excited. It's like, this is a great, awesome shot that encapsulates the energy that is intended for the scene. There's so much energy in that shot. It's very well animated, and then it's replaced with that's the I want to punch something. Like, what? I'm so mad. I don't like this. Ah. So, I actually found a YouTube video that literally the first result, one of the first, it was like on the first page. This only had like 6,000 views. And it was a result for just Lion King 2019 multi-language, and that's it. And it just happens to be this scene. Just happens to be this scene. So I have all these different language tracks of this scene. Some of them I found on YouTube in higher quality. because YouTube uploaded like the entire song, at which point I can just at which point I can just replace the audio here. But I have this to basically sync the video.
Was watching Sika.
So basically what I'm doing in this video, what I'm using here, I'm not going to use the video footage. I can just repeat the same footage that I have in higher quality and just use the audio.
Ora, quando eu digo...
Não faça isso.
Quero dizer que...
Então, pare com isso. Não é sumiço. Vive pra você.
So like some of them are going to be lower quality or whatever, but I still have them.
Isso não é bem assim.
And I guess I can use these
Pra fazer o que quiser.
yeah, some of these are shit quality. So I might not use all of them. But I mean, the point still stands, right?
Weird, they are mimicking the way they're singing in the US remake also.
Correct. And yet they didn't, despite them mimicking exactly what the US remake is doing, none of them sang the wrong note like the US remake did. Right? Isn't that fucking insane? None of them. None of them sang the wrong note because it's so objectively wrong that even them mimicking what the US version is doing, they're like, that can't be the note. Because there has to be like some musicians behind it, right? Literally, I don't think a single one of them does the wrong note. No, because it's so objectively the wrong note. It's like not up for debate. It's not like, oh yeah, like they wanted it to be this note. That's literally not debatable. It's objectively the wrong note. It's the note of the key of the song. That's how it works. That's how music works, right? Yeah, I'd be shocked to find a single one other than the English one that did the that did the wrong note. I really don't think there will be one. Yeah, so far 100% success rate. That's the wrong one. That's the English one. That's the correct note. So far 100% success rate. I don't think I'm going to have to re-record what I said because I'm pretty fucking confident that John's version is the only one that gets the wrong note.
Americans measure notes just like the rest of the world does. Are you sure?
Bomb of Chernobyl clone. You don't understand how music works if you're being anything but sarcastic with that comment.
Me? Sarcastic?
How dare you?
Yeah, they measure notes in imperial. They measure music in imperial in America. I love how it just happens to be this exact scene that I wanted to work with too. Because it makes sense. Like, I understand why logistically they would pick this scene for the multi-language thing. Because it has all three characters in this one musical number singing. It's the one part of the song where you have like the Zazu and Nala and Simba within that like first, small amount of time. So it makes logical sense why they would use this part, but it also works very well because this is the part that I really wanted to like dissect. And it would be very difficult for me to find all of these different language tracks because I would have to figure out like, okay, how many language tracks did they even dub for this movie? Like where do I get them? Like, I had to literally buy the Blu-ray for Japanese. Like, maybe I could find a torrent. I don't know. A lot of these seem to be like really poor quality. I don't know what the fuck this person did to find them. So I'm really glad that I stumbled across this like within the past day or two. Because it's like very, very useful. 100% success rate still. 100% of people who made audio tracks independently from Jon Favreau got the note right. 100% of people who made audio tracks codependently of Jon Favreau got the note wrong. And to answer your question, femboys, no, that does not please me. That's terrible. It's undebatable. It's literally undebatable. It's the wrong note. It's not 0% of people got the note wrong other than Jon Favreau. It's so undebatable. It's such a clear note. Every single one of them gets it. So, like, this audio is such garbage. What the fuck did this YouTuber get? Like, what were they doing? I'm probably not going to use this because it sounds so bad. But, like, where did they get this audio from? Did they legit, like, search pirate websites for, like, Serbian Lion King? Was it, like, from a camera, probably? Like, I guess so. Has to be a camera, right? It's the right note. Might sound shitty, but it's the right note. It's all the right note except Jon Favreau's version. Every single one of them is the right note except Jon Favreau's version.
You really think Jon had enough say over musicality to override experts hired for TLK 2019?
No, I just think that everybody involved in Jon's version was a fucking moron. The person who had the most influence over the music was Pharrell Williams, right? And we know how well that worked in Amazing Spider-Man 2. Right? Hans didn't give a shit anymore. He had a lot of say in the music, obviously. He clearly didn't give a shit anymore. Like, everybody involved in this was just a fucking moron that they hired just to be a fucking celebrity, and that's it. They didn't hire people for their talent. They didn't pick them because they were really good. They picked them because they're famous. As Hans said in Amazing Spider-Man 2, right? Like, I don't think Jon understands music. He fucked up everything other than the music then, and then other stupid people fucked up the music. Wow. Like, turns out everybody involved was a fucking idiot. But you have to blame the director, really. You have to blame the director over everybody else because it's their project. If this one auto-tuned incorrectly note was literally the only thing wrong with the movie, then I would be blaming whoever was in charge of the music only. But the entire project is a disaster. So it's Jon Favreau's fault.
It's still his responsibility. If he doesn't know music, he shouldn't direct a musical.
Yeah, maybe a director who doesn't know music shouldn't be directing a musical. You're absolutely right, fanboy. If John doesn't understand music, maybe he shouldn't be directing a musical. Very true.
What's likely happening is that people's minds are auto-correcting the incorrect note because the backing is correct and that they expect the right note. The forced vibrato also helps since the right note is technically in there, but rooted in something horribly off-key.
No, even with the vibrato, the correct note isn't technically there. I don't think the vibrato hits that high of a range where it technically hits the F sharp. I really don't think so. Maybe just barely, but I don't think so. It's still the right note. None of them got it wrong except Jon Favreau's version. That's literally like we just went through 18 different audio tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16. 16 different audio tracks. John's was the only one that got the note wrong out of all of them. All right, so there was actually on Disney. There's a Disney Vivo channel that uploads music, and one of them's Disney Asia Vivo, and it had 3 different versions of this song without specifying what language they were. So I'm gonna have to figure that out by making. If I want the higher quality version, I'm gonna have to listen and see which one compares to which one, because they didn't specify on the YouTube channel, which is just so weird. Is that one that wasn't even in this video? What? No way. I'll have to find out. That's Thai. See, this one was easy. I found the Thai one.
That's Mandarin.
That's Mandarin. How do you know? All right, we got Thai, we got Mandarin, and then one that I think this might be Korean, but let's find out. Let's find out. It's Korean. I was right. It's Korean. All right. Look at me go. So that was one that they actually didn't have in that YouTube video. Very interesting. Remember when the trailer for The Lion King 2019 was out? And I was saying how bad it looked? And there was like, I don't know, a sizable, gigantic amount of people that were like, Adam, you just want to hate it. Why don't you just like, why don't you, the movie's not even out yet. You can't judge a film by the material that it intentionally markets towards people to advertise what the experience of the movie is going to be like. You can't judge a film by the trailer. Remember that? Wasn't that so stupid? And then the movie was really bad, and I was like, well, trending in Canada, Pokemon. United States politics trending, Joe Exotic. Trending in Canada, Japan. What's going on? F sharp. Instead, they pitch corrected it to a G. It's so frustrating and annoying. It sounds like shit. Yeah, like, it's weird to not give a shit about the music in a musical. It's a really weird process. You know, it's a really weird outlook to not give a shit about the music in a musical. Maybe I could like color each of them differently too. What color is Brazil's flag? Maybe I can. Is it green? I thought it was green. Is it like darker green though? I think it's like darker green, right? It's like this. Is this about it?
Tree green.
Not every tree is the same fucking green. Jesus. Sorry. It's so Mandarin is just China then, right? I should just write Chinese. And then watch me be canceled again. I should put Pooh Bear. But I don't want to be taking jabs at the whole country. You know? I don't want to be so racist. Isle of Man. What a sick-ass flag. It's 3 legs. The Spanish one also sounds a little shit, but whatever. Polish. Poland is like so lame. You can't even get an abortion there. And it's like a country in the EU and you can't even get an abortion. What the fuck, man? I mean, I can use white for some of these too. If I'm just going to be like over... If there's just going to be an overabundance of red. Poland has snow, right? What country speaks Tamil? I should remind everybody that I don't give a shit about geography. India? Really? So there's Hindi and India. Weird. Hindi and Tamil, I meant. Weird. I'm just gonna delete those countries. In Minecraft. What a nice... I like this flag a lot, actually. I do like the Korean flag. I forgot what it looked like. It's really nice. It looks like more modern. It looks like way more modern than any of the other flag designs. Brazil's just a ball. So is Japan. Japan is like an even worse ball. Japan's like a fucking red splotch. It's singing, it's just words. And if that's not... Sickab is screaming. Holy shit. His room isn't even next to mine right now. I'm surprised I heard him. I don't know what's going on.
Maybe check on him?
No, he's not screaming like he's being murdered. He's screaming like he's playing a video game. I'm not checking on him. I know he's playing a video game.
Seek stat live on stream. Cruel streamer doesn't check on him. S.
He's fine. Trust me, he's fine. If that's what he sounds like when he's being murdered, then he deserves to be murdered.
Got it.
Oh, you caught it. You clipped it.
No! 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 Are you fucking kidding me, bro? Holy shit! Holy shit! No, you fucking piece of shit game! Oh my god, that's the absolute worst time. Holy shit. You shush. You fucking shush. Are you kidding me? That's some bullshit.
That's not... Oh, you can actually catch it on the mic? You can actually catch it on my mic! And if that's not... Holy shit! These mics are, like, really not sensitive. Like, you have to be yelling really loud. That's 2 rooms... That's like 2 rooms and a hallway over. There's people that have, like... We've had, like, people, like, right outside my room having, like, a party that haven't been, like, picked up on the mic. I'm shocked that that actually picked up on this mic. Holy fucking Christ. That's nuts. I'm impressed. That's absolutely insane. I've never... Holy shit, that doesn't make any sense. I guess his door's probably open, but still, holy fucking Christ. That's loud.
Hey again, guys. Thanks for watching. Here are the people that give me money. I am Gretty, aka Lemonade Warrior, Frank Stallone, The Lord Durham, Hoofido, Olivia Spores, Dana, Ocean Machinery, Malav Shah, Brandon Stuper, and Pit Wang. Happy holidays.